Your hair, my hair, we all need this. Hey lovelies, and welcome back to another video. I made this rosemary cloves hair butter which keeps my hair moisturized for days, and the benefits of this, oh my god. If you are on your hair growth journey, I've got you. Let's jump right into it. So the first ingredient, cloves. So cloves will help to stimulate blood circulation in the scalp. It provides essential nutrients for your healthy hair growth. It has antimicrobial properties to help to maintain clean scalp, etc. Next, I'm going to add a half cup of rosemary leaves, and I washed these rosemary, but they're still on the stick. You can just remove them from the stalk. Add both of these to a blender, or in my case I'm using a NutriBullet just to get everything in a powdery form. And of course, for the rosemary, it also helps to promote hair growth. It stimulates hair follicles, it has anti-inflammatory properties, and it nourishes the scalp. It also promotes hair growth and support healthier hair, which is what we need in 2023. If you want your hair to grow, of course it needs to be healthy, right? So I'm just moving this around a little bit to get it nice and all blended. And remember that you can use dry rosemary leaves if that is what you have, but I just had the fresh ones, so I use the fresh rosemary leaves. So this is all ready, and I added this to a container where I'll be able to close it. You need to add it like to an airtight container, because now I'm going to add the oils. Now all the oils that I'm going to add to this right now will end up being 1 cup altogether. So for our ingredient, coconut oil, it helps to condition and moisturize your hair. It will reduce protein loss. And next, or extra virgin olive oil. Remember, everything should be 1 cup. So if you want to add more coconut oil or more olive oil, less coconut oil, it's up to you. But olive oil also helps with the whole hair growth process. It promotes scalp health, it strengthens your hair strands. So these two oils I think are best for this. So with 1 cup of oil altogether, I'm going to add it to the cloves and rosemary powder in this glass jar. And guys, please do not pay attention to my dry hands, but I had to wash my hand all the time, which is great because you don't want anything extra to be in your oil, right? So here I'm mixing everything together, and then I'm going to cover it because you have that powder and the oil, you want to incorporate everything. Yeah, now I'm going to get a bowl, and I'm going to put some really hot water in the bowl, and I'm going to add that glass jar. Make sure it's closed really tight because you don't want any water to get into this. And this step is definitely optional. If you have like an infuser, then you definitely don't need to do this. You don't need to do this step. You don't need to carry out this step, right? But I'm just doing this, and I'm going to keep it in the hot water until the water cools all the way down. Then I'm going to throw the water away, and I'm going to let this rest for 24 hours. If you don't want to put it in the hot water or anything, you can leave it for like 2-3 days. You need to get this really infused, as I said, with the cloves and rosemary, because the benefits, oh my gosh, several benefits. You definitely want to leave this a little. So once the water is cooled down, I'm just going to leave it, and this is the next day. This is 24 hours later. So I'm using here like a stocking, but the stocking was too little to go over this measuring cup. So never mind, I'm going to use a funnel to just transfer everything in there so I can squeeze all that oil out, because I don't want the cloves and rosemary, the powder, in it. So once I get everything through the funnel, don't worry, I got everything out because I wasn't going to waste this. I'm just going to squeeze, and then you're just going to get that green, beautiful oil. Guys, trust me, it's not only good for your hair, but imagine it's good for your hair and it smells amazing. wherever you're making this, the place is going to smell really, really good. So I got all that in, and then I'm just going to squeeze this as much as I can to get out as much of the oil as possible. I don't want to waste anything. And this is up to 1 cup of oil. You don't want to use more oil than shea butter, which is the next step, because if you add too much liquid oil, then it will lower the melting point of your hair butter, and so it will melt too easily, and now the time is too hot for that, right? So 1 cup of oil to 1.5 cups of shea butter, and that is the next ingredient. While the oil sits there, I have the shea butter here, and of course guys, shea butter is not only good for your skin, trust me, it is also good for your hair. It will help to moisturize your hair, nourish your hair, your scalp. It reduces dryness, it promotes a healthy environment for hair growth, it helps with breakage, it improves hair strength, all of that. So this is ivory shea. They have the yellow shea, which I think is a Ghanaian shea, the shea butter from Ghana, and this one is like the ivory shea from Ivory Coast, I think. But this shea butter, I got it from my friend from Ivory Coast, right? I will try to leave all the ingredients in the description box so you can buy them on Amazon or whatnot once I get the chance. But guys, shea butter is really good for you, not just your skin, it is also good for your hair and your scalp. So I'm using the double boiler method here, and I just have the shea butter in a bowl, and I put that bowl over another bowl which has really hot water to melt this down, because you don't want to put this on direct heat. You don't want to just put this in a pot and then put it over the flames. No, you don't want to do that. So the double boiler method is definitely better. So just continue to move this around until it's all melted down into liquid. And the shea butter should be more than 1 cup. When you have the liquid for the shea butter, it should be more than 1 cup. It can be like 1.25 cups or 1.5 cups of liquid, but it should be more than the oil that you're going to add to it, because as I said, if you add too much liquid oil, then it will melt too quickly in this heat. Yeah, so this took me just a little while. Mix it all up. And guys, if you've made it this far into the video, please don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. I'm back because now I'm on holiday. Give the video a thumbs up and also share it with your friends. Let's all grow our hairs together. Let's grow these froze, okay? So here I'm adding all that oil. That is the infused extra virgin oil, coconut oil, with the rosemary and cloves. Guys, this smells amazing. What? So you can see there I'm trying to get everything in because I don't want to waste anything. Here I'm just mixing it all together. It's nice and green. I love, 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 love the color. And that color is from the rosemary. So once I mix everything here together, the next step will be for me to add it in the fridge. Or if you don't want to add it in the fridge, that speeds up the process. If you don't want to add it to the fridge, all you need to do is just cover it and leave it for maybe a few hours for it to kind of not really solidify that much. You just want it to not be liquid anymore, but not too hard, because you need to whip it in order for it to get that buttery consistency, right? So here I'm just adding something over it, a cover. Then I'm going to add mine into the fridge for about an hour. And voila, maybe 1.5 hours later, this was a bit too hard, like on the sides, but in the middle it was perfect, because as you can see here, I'm using the spatula, and in the middle is nice and soft, not too hard. Around the edges a little bit hard, but I'm just going to whip this up And if you do not have this electric mixer, you can use the regular mixer. You can even use a fork, guys. No excuses. But around the edges, it kind of gave me a warm time because it was so hard. But all you need to do is whip this until it changes to a light green color. So before, scrape the edges as you go along because you want everything inside. You need everything to be nicely whipped. Really whip it up, guys. And as you can see, the color is changing. It's now like a white. It's looking white, right? It's now looking like a butter. And look, guys, this just melt on my dry skin. Melt. It can be used on your skin too. That is how good this is. So if you want, you can use this on your body. I made this for my hair, but you can definitely use it on your body. And we're not finished with the oils. Once we have this nice and whipped up, I'm going to add some more oils in it, and I'm going to add some Jamaican black castor oil, which promotes hair growth. It nourishes your scalp, it strengthens your hair follicles, it prevents breakage, and it leads to longer and healthier hair, which is what we need. You can add about a teaspoon of that. Then I'm going in with grapeseed oil because grapeseed oil contains antioxidants and it nourishes hair follicles, it strengthens your hair strands again. Then I'm going in with lavender oil, which improves blood circulation in the scalp. It stimulates hair growth, guys. I've been saying stimulate hair growth so many times. You can add like about 10 drops, and then you should have added like a teaspoon of the grapeseed oil. So guys, all these oils that I'm adding in, you can add essential oils to this according to the condition of your hair, but all these oils will help with, you know, strengthening your hair, promoting hair growth. So this is nice and whipped up. Once you add your other oils, your essential oils too, you just need to scrape the sides of this, and look, guys, as I fold it, it is definitely like a butter. And even though the time is so hot, it didn't melt easily. Now I'm going to add it to my container, and this gave me around 450, I think 50 ml containers. I'm going to add it on the screen because I don't quite remember how much this container can hold, but I got like 4 containers from this. And guys, this is the final product, Cloves and Rosemary Hair Butter. Trust me, guys, just trust me when I tell you, this will keep your hair moisturized for days. And of course, you can't use this overnight. Well, if you use this overnight, you will definitely see the result of your hair being super moisturized for more than a week. But for hair growth, I can promise you that this will grow your hair in just 1 day. With everything that you do, you have to be consistent. Now, this is me adding it to freshly washed hair. And once I add some here right now as I'm doing my hair, I literally don't need to add this for another whole week. But I add it like every other day because the time is so dry. Even though my hair is super moisturized, I still tend to go in with a little every other day. But trust me, once you add it to your hair like this, add it to your edges, massage your hair, it will work. I'm telling you, rosemary, cloves, endless benefits for your hair. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this video helpful or you want to make this, let me know if you've made this, if it works for you. Of course, please consider subscribing. Until next video.